was July 22nd, 1894. The world was still waking up to the idea of machines that could move without horses. Paris stood tall as a symbol of innovation, and on this warm summer morning, something extraordinary was about to happen that would ignite a revolution. Crescendo, drums, strings. 102 daring souls gathered on the outskirts of Paris. Their mission: to compete in what would go down as the very first organized motor race in human history. A 79-mile journey from Paris to Rouen. No one knew what to expect. There were no racetracks, no pit stops, no safety measures, only ambition, oil, smoke and the thrum of the unknown. Chapter 1: The Spark of a New Age. The race was organized by Le Petit Journal, a French newspaper hoping to boost readership and show off the latest marvels of science and engineering. But this wasn't just a publicity. Stunted was the birth of MOTORS, PORT. The rules were simple and strange by today's standards. The winner wouldn't be the fastest vehicle, but the one that was safe, easy to operate, and efficient. It wasn't a race of speed, it was a race of trust in the machine. Among the 102 entries were behemoths, gasoline-fueled contraptions, and even some electric vehicles. The participants were not just drivers, they were inventors, visionaries, risk-takers. Many of them had built their vehicles in their own workshops with their bare hands. One of the most iconic names, Émile Levasseur, co-founder of Panhard et Levasseur, a man who would later become known as the father of French automobile engineering. Chapter 2: The starting line. At 8 a.m. The first engines roared well, coughed to life. Some vehicles refused to move, others spewed clouds of steam. Several didn't even make it past the starting line. Spectators lined the streets in their Sunday best, staring in wonder. Children ran alongside the vehicles. Horses bolted in fear. The noise was unimaginable for a world still used to silence on the roads. The crowd had never seen anything like this: vehicles that moved without reins, without beasts. Some feared them, others cheered. But no one could look away. Chapter 3: The Madness of the Road. The road to Rouen was long, dusty, and treacherous. Modern tires didn't exist. Suspension was primitive. Most vehicles broke down within the first 20 miles. Competitors stopped to make repairs on the side of the road, sweat pouring down their faces, oil staining their hands. One driver's vehicle caught fire. Another ran out of fuel and had to beg locals for alcoholies, the drink, to get the engine going again. Steam cars hissed. Internal combustion engines backfired. The smell of burning coal and gasoline filled the air. This was not just a competition, it was a mechanical war of survival. The people cheered from every village. Farmers, blacksmiths, and schoolchildren watched history roll past them on 4 strange wheels. Chapter 4: The Final Push. Only 21 vehicles made it to the halfway point. The others had either broken down or given up, but the top contenders pressed on. Émile Levasseur's vehicle, sleek and precise, sped ahead. But he was technically disqualified. His vehicle didn't meet the 4-seat requirement. Still, he reached Rouen in under 7 hours, an astonishing feat for the time. In the end, the official joint winners were Count de Dion, driving a tractor-like vehicle, and Albert Lemaitre, driving a petrol-powered Peugeot. They arrived within minutes of each other, their engines groaning, their eyes red from exhaustion and dust. Asterisk. But the true victory wasn't who crossed the line first, it was what this race represented. Asterisk. Chapter 5. The race that changed the world. Asterisk. That day in France marked the birth of a global obsession. It was no longer just about carriages without horses. It was about speed, innovation, and what man could achieve with machine. Asterisk. The Paris-Rouen race inspired the first Grand Prix. It led to better engines, safer roads, and ultimately, the automotive industry as we know it. Asterisk. From those early steamers to today's hypercars that hit 250 miles per hour, every roar of an engine owes something to that morning in 1894. Asterisk. What began as a humble challenge by a newspaper sparked a century-long love affair with the thrill of racing. Asterisk. Closing soft piano music with fading visuals. Narrator soft and reflective. 102 hopefuls. Asterisk. 79 miles of uncertainty and one world forever changed. This wasn't just a race. Asterisk. It was the ignition point of a revolution. And it all began on the dusty roads between Paris and Rouen. Fade to black.